So, Pierre-Paul, great to see you. You're, of course, a man of very substantial experience, not just in your current capacity as the EDF, the French power sector giant, national player, country representative and director in Uzbekistan, but also having worked in the European Commission for quite some time in Central Asia. In fact, I believe you first arrived in Central Asia even before me. I was in 1997 and you in 1996. I think between us, we have more than 50 years experience with the region. So it's fantastic to see you. But on the substance side of our meeting, I really want to congratulate you as the country director of EDF and your company for winning this very substantial 1,600 megawatt Sirdarya sort of tender for this, very substantial power sector investment, which EDF has committed to Uzbekistan. Pierre-Paul, the honeymoon is over. You've signed all the documents. The marriage is beginning. So how do you see this developing? How do you rate the support and commitment of the public partner in this project, of the government of Uzbekistan? What areas of improvement could you see? Could you give us some initial thoughts on that? Thank you. Welcome, please.
Thank you, Marat, and good afternoon, everyone. I missed the Uzbek lunch in Brussels, and I'm a little bit jealous. But anyway, here it's time of aperitif very soon. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Very good. So, Marat, thank you for the introduction. I'm Pierre-Paul, Antheunissens. I'm the director of EDF Central Asia. So EDF established a subsidiary in Tashkent recently. That was in last November. And now we have a full subsidiary to cover the 5 countries of Central Asia. Marat, you referred to this CCGT project in Sirdarya. We are very, very proud of this project. That's the flagship project of EDF in Central Asia. The very first one, but definitely not the last one. Yeah, it's okay? I will try to be closer to the mic also. So on this project, it's a financing. It was a IFC tender. We are happy that we won it. And I want to mention also that we are not alone. We are with Japanese partners and some Qatari partner. And we are really, the honeymoon is a little bit over, but not completely. We just have intensive discussion with the government to finalize to get all the documents to have the financial closing very, very soon. Today, that's a good news. We got the presidential decree. So this is a big issue which is solved. So we are very, very confident. But just since we are in a panel on gas and hydro, let me also say a few words on hydro, because besides this CCGT, we are developing 2 hydro projects in Uzbekistan, in Mulalak and Khochikent. We'll make a commercial proposal by the end of this year, and we hope to be awarded these 2 projects and to start building relatively soon. One participant from Kazakhstan mentioned also regional cooperation. This is for us extremely key. So we would like to emphasize the efforts we do to discuss with the Kyrgyz authorities to develop some hydro infrastructure project in the Kyrgyz Republic to benefit the Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. So we really believe in the future of regional cooperation in the field of energy. And also a last word on solar. We are quite shy on solar at the moment because our colleagues of EDF Renewables are too busy in Europe, but we hope to motivate them. But hopefully we started a small project in Tashkent that's called a rooftop project, where we equip industrial roofs with solar panels, and more importantly, we develop the process and the regulatory framework to replicate this to all industrial roofs. Marat, I will stop here, and I'm ready to answer any question.
Well, don't wait long, because I've got one right now for you. So, and you missed a fantastic plov, by the way, here for lunch. So I apologize for that. But question, I just want to ask you one, and then maybe I'll give a chance to the floor as well. Okay, so what about finance for this project? I mean, this is 1,600 megawatts. This must be, I don't know, in excess of 1 billion euros, I would say, something like that.
It is.
So is this, I mean, you may have followed the previous panel when we had the IFIs, EIB, EBRD, these sort of incumbent financial players. How have you been working to secure financing for this project? Is it still a work in progress? Have you secured finance? Can you maybe brief us a little bit on that? And you mentioned also Japanese partners, so please.
Yeah, finance is so far not a major issue for us. We, at the moment, we can find most of the financing. So we have a very close relation with IFC at the point that on the next hydro project that we prepare, IFC requested to work with us, not as a lender, but as a co-investor. So they would like to be with us on these hydro projects. We tested also on Kambarata in Kyrgyzstan. That's a major project. It's not 1 billion. We're close to between 4 and 5 billion. And we believe that we can let's say, close the financial side relatively easy. We have a lot of countries and companies and private financing organization ready to support us in this sector. I think when you say green energy, to be very frank with you, gas, to find financing for new gas project will be an issue. But to find financing for new hydro or let's say renewable solar, it's not an issue at all. I think that money is pouring on that.
And just briefly, what about a word on timeline on project development and how, within the context of this timeline, you see the project having an impact on the energy balance of Uzbekistan? Does it take the country further down the road? We had Aziz Hamidov from the government talk earlier this morning, but does it take the country further down the road of its targeted energy mixed diversification portfolio?
If I take the case of Uzbekistan, I think that the right decisions have been taken, but it will take some time to implement them. We know the huge effort made to develop renewables, wind and solar, but currently you have 200 megawatt operating in Uzbekistan. The rest will come maybe this year, but probably next year and in the coming years. For example, Sirdarya, we have a commercial operation date by March 2026. So now we start building, but it will take 2.5 years to close to build the new power plant. So I think that's one of your speakers mentioned about the crucial importance of the grid. And I think that's very key, not only in Uzbekistan, but in all the countries of the region. It's really to invest massively in the grid, because in Uzbekistan, if all these renewable plants will start running, to be frank, the system will explode. So it's really time to invest also in the energy transmission. And this is really very important. Last word, I think IFIs are very aware of that. We are waiting for the master plan from World Bank on energy generation, but energy transmission. And I think that will help the government to develop the right strategy.
Pierre-Paul, that's a brilliant intervention, really. Thank you very much for that. And
My pleasure.
I think you've already answered the 5 or 10 other questions I have in front. We can discuss over drinks in Tashkent maybe in a week's time. But I can see that EDF is really, as we would say with kind of Australian English euphemism, having a strong bet on Uzbekistan. It seems you're really betting on Uzbekistan.
Well, definitely, Uzbekistan is a strategic country for EDF, because that's here that we won our first big project in the region, but also we have a bet on the whole region. We believe in Kyrgyzstan, in Tajikistan, in the hydro potential of these two countries, and also in Kazakhstan. And I'm sure, we believe in regional cooperation, including the 5 stands. So that's really something which is very close to our heart. That's what I always say. If we are strong in France, but last winter, we had to import electricity from our European neighbors. So we always need good neighbors.
And so did some of the Central Asian neighbors. So I think there's a bit of a tit-for-tat experience here. Pierre-Paul, fantastic to see you. Thank you very much for your contribution.